Today, I pose you a hypothetical question, that is, whether President of India should grant pardon to Mr. Rahul Gandhi to save his parliament membership, to avoid by-elections, and to avoid seeing him in jail for 2 years. I am posing this hypothetical question, of course, with a purpose to explain a relevant issue. Truly speaking, President should do that, even if Mr. Rahul Gandhi does not seek for it. The very purpose of this Article 72 and 161, the power to pardon given to the President and the governors, is to safeguard the executive in public service from being imprisoned or punished for trivial or technical errors. In any democracy, legislative, executive, and the judiciary should be separated. Legislative consists of both houses of parliament and legislatures of the states. Judiciary consists of the Supreme Court, the High Court, and all the courts below up to the Magistrate Court. And then the executive consists of the President and the Governor, and the central ministers and the state ministers, and all the civil and military employees of the center and the state. This is the structure of Indian executive. These civil servants are called executive in public service, as referred in Article 50 of the Constitution, which is part of Directive Principles of State Policy, which states that the judiciary should be treated separately from the executive in public service. We may witness similar provisions in almost every enactment, especially the taxation laws or the criminal laws, because these executive and public service are the front runners. They are on the frontline forces. While they execute jobs for the government, sometimes they are caught on the wrong foot. They may commit mistakes, technical errors without any intentions. Yet, courts impose punishments, they imprison. But for such acts of innocence or pure technical errors, should these executive and public service should be imprisoned or punished for that? No. It is the job of the President of India at the union level, and it is the job of the governor of states at states level to secure their subordinates who are executive in public service. If you see Article 310, it says that the terms of office of government servants shall be during the pleasure of the President at the union level and during the pleasure of the governors at states level. Thus, all these employees, civil and military, are supposed to be subordinates and employees under the President and the governors. Unfortunately, President and governors are not exercising this power to safeguard their own subordinates from technical errors or unintended mistakes. Instead, these powers are exclusively used for the serious criminals to give them pardon. As regards as disqualification of a parliament member or a state legislative member is concerned, if they are imprisoned for 2 years, they are convicted for any offense attracting 2 years or more imprisonment, they lose their memberships. But to whom it will be a punishment? It is to the people whom they represent, because people lose their representative. If by-elections are to be conducted, it is a cost to the exchequer of a few crores of rupees. Supposing 2, 3 or 4 people are disqualified in the same way, then it is possible that a political party or an alliance may come down, a step down from power, and another party or coalition may come to power. Or it may also so happen the party which is likely to lose the power will dissolve the assembly or the Lok Sabha and go for midterm elections, which will cost several thousands of crores to the exchequer. But unfortunately, it is very pertinent to note here that this kind of midterm elections are not contemplated under the constitution, because people are elected for 5 years. Who is anybody to cancel their memberships? Such a provisions are there under Pakistan Constitution, Article 58 and 112. Under Indian Constitution, there are no such term as midterm elections. Unfortunately, it is happening unchecked, unquestioned in India for the last about 70 years. Pardon under Article 72 and 167 is not limited for the pardoning executive and public service, namely civil and military employees. It also applies to these hardcore criminals. Even hardcore criminals may be excused or granted pardon based on principles of natural justice, age, health, good behavior, and benefit of doubt, because courts would punish anybody even on technical reasons. Under Article 53, we know executive power of the Union is vested in the President of India, which he may exercise either by himself directly or through officers subordinate to him. So he is the executive power of the Union. Under Article 73, it extends to the whole territory of India, including states and union territories. As far as states and governors are concerned, governors are the executive power of the states under Article 154. Executive power of the governors extends to the whole state in matters in which the state is entitled to make law. And executive power of the President of India under Article 73 extends to the whole country in matters in which the Union is entitled to make law. As referred in Article 50, we find a reference there. It states that the judiciary should be treated separately from the executive and public service, that is government employees. These executive and public service would be performing so many duties on behalf of the government. Sometimes somebody may institute a wrong case against him, or they might commit any technical error, they should not be victimized. Article 310 says that all these employees, civil and military, hold their offices during the pleasure of the president and the governor. So they are their employees, their subordinates. It is their responsibility to safeguard them who are working for them. We know president and governors are safeguarded under Article 361. They cannot be summoned to courts. Civil and criminal cases cannot be instituted against them, but their subordinates, these executives in public service, do not have such a privilege under the Constitution. So it is for the president and the governor to take care of them. It is for that purpose Article 72 and 161 were enshrined in the Constitution. Unfortunately, they are not safeguarding their subordinates. Instead, they are using it exclusively for the purpose of granting pardons to hardcore criminals. We often see IAS, IPS, etc. top officers also get scolded in courts. They get insulted in courts. There are precedents when they were imprisoned for lapses in their duties. Sometimes they may be committing these lapses because of the influence of the minister or the chief minister or the prime minister to please them, or sometimes they commit such errors ignorantly without any bona fides. We witnessed Srimati Indira Gandhi, a prime minister, was imprisoned. We have seen several chief ministers being imprisoned, and there is no count of ministers, MLAs and MPs who are aging in jails. We have also seen IAS and IPS officers serving jail terms. All these ministers, governors, employees, civil and military are all subordinates to the executive. It is their duty to protect these people if they are innocent and they do not have any mala fides and they acted in good faith. It is for this purpose that power of pardon was granted to the president and the governors under Article 72 and 161. You may please refer to these articles. These articles are not meant to give pardons only to the hardcore criminals who are convicted with the death penalty. Even smaller punishments, any punishments can be suspended or reduced or altogether waived by the executive. Only then the administration runs smoothly. One way the ministers will be forcing the officers to do something. They are also given certain deadlines and targets to achieve. In this process, if they commit any technical error, unfortunately, these innocent officers are serving jail terms. It is high time the President of India and the Governor and the judiciary, first of all, should recognize the purpose of Article 72 and 161 and save the executive in public service. Thank you for listening to my video. I request you to kindly subscribe, share and comment on my videos. I will be glad to reply to you through a reply video or directly to you. Thank you very much.